Happy Sunday, YouTubers. I've completed the maintenance of way extension at the east end of the layout. Not fully complete. I've got to do some things like paint the utility poles and connect them to the grid. And I've got to do static grass, quite a bit of static grass. Particularly in that back track there, it's going to be kind of overgrown. But this is kind of how I envisioned it before I built it, is have an area for maintenance away vehicles, maintenance away vehicles and rail cars. So that adds another element to the operations. During an operating session, I can pull out that maintenance away train and bring it out onto the main and do some service and then bring it back in and continue switching. So the trickiest part of this whole thing, I've been working on it for a few weeks, was getting the backdrop sideboard to be mounted in a way that I could remove it and also have the road and the track look like it continues on realistically into the side there. So to do that, I used force perspective, and I did a lot of sort of trial and error of which way to angle the road and which way to angle the track. These are all just pictures off the internet that I took them and I put them into my editing software and made it look like one big backdrop, but it's really a series of different images. So, when you're looking at an angle like this, you want the road and the track to look as though it's continuing off realistically. And if you just go straight, it's just going to kind of look like it's going up. So you have to get the angle right. It's a little tricky, but it's worth the effort because it gives it a bit more realistic look. So to mount that, I put 2 strips of wood from the light valance down to the bottom fascia. There's one here and there's one further back. And there are 3 rare earth magnets, one on the top, one in the middle, one at the bottom on each of those strips. And then on the back of this, which is foam board, I have corresponding metal washers that just attach to those rare earth magnets. So the whole thing just snaps into place and also keeps it rigid. And those strips back there are protected as well, so anything bangs it. So if I have to get back there, which I'm sure I will, I can just easily remove that backdrop. I didn't want to glue it on or use double-sided tape. So got that all sorted, and then the detailing. So there's a backdrop against the wall there of an industry, and there's a new extension to that northeast distribution and cold storage that comes out onto the new layout extension. There's a truck loading bay. There's an area to park a truck. We've got lighting over the door. There's a parking lot with 2 scratch-built street lights, which I made just out of styrene. And the parking lot, I like the backdrop because it looks as though the parking lot just continues off into a road in the background. So that's got to be, I'll touch it up. I need to paint some stripes and put some wear marks on the road with probably use dry pigments for that. And we've got a cluster of trees in the corner there to look like it morphs into the backdrop. And on northeast distribution and cold storage, I also extended the siding out. So there's a back gate off of that industry with functioning gates. That's Alchem fencing. And I changed the ballast to be a bit dirtier here. I'm going to put a lot of static grass growing out of the track. So it looks like it's semi-abandoned, but it gives you an opportunity to park an extra rail car there during operations if need be. So static grass will definitely add to this scene. So like I said, some more detailing to do. These 2 buildings were from a friend in the UK, Roy Sharp. He's been on my channel. He made these for the layout. Actually, they're 2 maintenance away buildings, basically, where the crew can get their work done. I added fencing here with an operating gate around that building. I also have a scratch-built light. This one's made out of brass. And then I've got a street lamp here that I scratch-built out of brass. Just so as the road comes in here, you got one street light. And the pavement, I wanted that to look pretty crummy, so it's crumbled from all the work trucks, pretty grungy. You got a couple potholes. There's a lot of that tar patch painted over the cracks. and it turns into a dirt road or a dirt working area. And I also put a roadway here, which is gravel that gives access to the track. And then these are just matchsticks made to look like rail ties. So this is a place where high railers or trucks like this one, which is a vehicle that can go on the road or the track, they can get access to the track that way. So I just park that there, keep the maintenance away vehicles on this track. And what else do we got going on? I extended the ADM siding just a bit so that I can pull these cars out to the extension a little bit to fill that space. So all that fencing is new. That's extended around the siding. And the road coming off ADM now continues out. So that gives a little more dimension to that. What else do we got going on? These are scratch built using a bamboo skewer made to look like a utility pole. These are just styrene with LEDs. It's hard to get good focus. And we've got lighting inside the building that Roy made. There's also interior detail that he put in there. So an overhead view of the track layout. Got a derailleur on the maintenance away track, as you would in real life. And all the lighting in this section is controlled by toggle, so I can turn it off or turn it on. So yeah, pretty pleased with it. Gives me something other than an industry to switch, which are maintenance away rail cars. Take those out onto the main and do service, put it back, and then get back to switching industries. The other thing that's going on here are signal lights. So there is a signal here. Actually, let me reset it. It defaults to red when I power up the layout, but I wired a reset button actually. So when I hit that, all the signals go back to green. So once the train goes into that block, which is the main, so this is the main line, it goes over the sensors and that'll turn red. So if you're operating, you know if you're getting close to the end there when it turns red. And then when it comes out, it turns green. And I made this little signal box back here just out of it's actually one of these things that covers a across the track Iowa Skill Engineering sensor. So I painted that like a chrome. I'll put some rust on it a little bit. But that's a control box for the signal. And we've also got, let's see if we can see them here. We've got door signals that indicate the orientation of the turnout. So if the turnout is aligned with the main, like it is now, it's green. If it's aligned for that maintenance away siding, it's red. And the other signal for that same turnout is over here, ahead of that turnout. So if you're operating, you know that siding is aligned to the maintenance away if it's red, and then if it's aligned to the main, it's green. And that is done with a blue point switch machine. Well, it's a manual switch. Push it in, pull it out, and that does the switch, but also does the signal lights and the lights on the fascia. I don't know if you can see that under there. There it is there. The blue thing. So that's it. A lot of fine detailing to do. But yeah, I'm pretty happy because that's it for extensions. I want to really work on getting the details nice and start doing some operations finally. I've got the bigger extension, which I haven't even really finished detailing yet. So that has to be all ballasted and detailed, but it's all functional. So at least now I've got the big CSX yard and 2 industries, the scrap yard and the steel plant. And that comes out onto the P&W, which was the original layout. And it continues on down to now the maintenance away facility. So that is it. I hope you enjoy it, and I'll post more updates as I continue to detail it out and start doing some operations videos. Have a great week. Cheers.